joining us now is Daniel LaRusso himself, Ralph Macchio. Ralph, thank you so much for taking the time, man. You look great, and I just mentioned over 35 years ago, Karate Kid was released. It is my generation's Rocky. That's what I like to say.
Yeah.
And one of my all-time favorites. We've had this conversation before. I never asked you, though, after you finished the film, did you have a feeling that, okay, this is something special, or were you sort of like, I hope people like it? What were your thoughts?
It's always, I hope people like it. That's definitely, I was more that than I knew we had caught lightning in a bottle the way we did. I think the moment that I felt that I knew it was after seeing a sneak preview and for the first time, and everyone was out on the street doing their versions of the crane kick. And the producer said to me, I think we're gonna be making a couple of these, and here we are. Who knew? I mean, who knew?
Did you have
really?
any
I mean,
idea?
I knew this much. I knew that Pat Morita and I had a special kind of chemistry and an ease of working with each other that maybe felt like it could be magic, but who knew?
Did you have any idea that you would still, all these years later, be doing the crane kick, right? That you would still be like at the grocery store, people are like, do the move, do the move.
I don't do it as often as you guys like to think I do. Every morning. No, it's following me around, you know, but in the best way possible.
Yeah.
In the most wonderful way now with the new show and everything else, and next generations of fans, decade after decade. It's really quite wonderful to have that kind of, you know, piece of pop culture that is positive going forward. It's pretty amazing.
Exactly, and you mentioned fans next generation after generation. This past Halloween, the Lopez family actually dressed up as members of Cobra Kai. And so we were representing right there.
So
there's the whole fam right there.
I'm very proud, because it would take the whole family to take on one Miyagi-Do. See, I have to represent Mr. Miyagi. So. But it's great. It's amazing. You guys look at the dog and
even the dog. Come on, even the dog.
And it's just incredible to see that kind of stuff. You know, and keeping that alive, you know, around the world. It's quite incredible.
When you're at the grocery store or the car wash, you know, just trying to live your regular everyday life, what is the movie line that people shout at you constantly? I would imagine it's like, sweep the leg.
Sweep the leg is way up there, but since you tipped it off with car wash, I'm thinking maybe wax on, wax off.
Exactly, of course.
There it is. I thought you were pitching me a softball.
There it is.
A nice beach ball over the middle of the plate. So I got to go with get him a body bag finds its way. And, you know, if there's ever a fly on the wall at a restaurant, especially an Asian restaurant, then I only have a few seconds to get out of the building before they're handing me the chopsticks.
And they expect you to. See, I would personally hit you with a "Let's do it for Johnny" and take it back to Outsiders days.
That's an Outsiders reference.
Or with my cousin Vinny and hit you with the two Utes. If I hit you with the two Utes, then that might be different.
You're good. This is like the top 10 list. I love it. Thank you.
Exactly. Big fan over here, Ralph. You know I'm a big fan.
Big fan.
I was talking about my family. How's your family doing, man? I mean, I know your wife's a nurse practitioner, so I'm sure she's incredibly busy during these times.
Yes. She's you know, she's one of our heroes, and has been it's, you know, leveled off here in New York. So yeah, there's the family at the Outsiders house in Tulsa, Oklahoma, the Curtis brothers house. And this is my birthday last year. Oh, you guys got everything.
Yeah, man.
Down in Atlanta. She is doing well. Things have cooled off a little bit in New York. Everyone's doing a good job, but we don't know what's up the block and around the corner. So we all just are doing our best to stay safe and being responsible.
Yeah, to see you with your family is a really beautiful thing. I think we saw that your daughter calls you the dad of all dads, and I would imagine.
Like you must have got. I must have paid an allowance that week. I don't know. No. Both my kids are, you know, they're part of my hero worship as well. I am one of the lucky ones, that's for sure.
Man, oh man, it's awesome. What would you say? I mean, if your kids were like, okay, Dad, I think this is what we're gonna do. This is the career I want to go in. You know, would you have reservations about them like dedicating themselves in the entertainment industry, that kind of thing?
Well, my daughter has. I mean, she is an accomplished dancer, actress, singer, and did the national tour of Flashdance in the Jennifer Beals role, the Broadway.
Oh, awesome.
The musical numbers. So the musical show she did around the country and in New Zealand, and she was lined up to do another one, but the world has stopped for a while. So yes, do as I say, not as I do. That did not work. But fortunately for her, she's way more talented than her dad. So.
Well, things seem to be going great in your life, other than you being a fan of the Mets.
Other than that, here we go.
Other than that, it seems like all is well in the Macchio world. You always been a fan, Ralph? Is that your team, man, from the
I love
get?
that sports are back, although the Mets had to take a little hiatus with a couple of COVID positive tests. But I think they're back in action now. And my New York Islanders, my hockey team, is just in the playoffs doing well. And so I love having the sports, at least to view, certainly after such a dry period of time. So we'll see how that continues. Yes, and I'm a Jet fan as well. So we feel the pain, but it builds character.
I like the loyalty. I like the loyalty.
He said it
Always,
builds
always
character.
It's true. It's good attitude.
Oh, Ralph, do not go anywhere. We want to talk about season 3 of Cobra Kai. Fans are losing their minds. We're going to talk about it all next.
Hey, Anoush, come here. Louis, get over here. I want you to meet somebody.
I gotta go.
No. This is Johnny Lawrence. He and I go way back, right, buddy? This guy was the toughest dude in my high school. When I first moved here from Jersey, he and I got into it a little bit. This guy really had it in for me.
Yeah, well, you did move in on my girl.
Well, she actually wasn't really a girl anymore, was she? I mean, all right, that's all water under the bridge.
Wait, is this the...
Fans will get to see the first 2 seasons of Cobra Kai on Netflix starting Friday. We are back with Ralph Macchio. Ralph, it's so cool to see the Karate Kid legacy continue, and they did such an excellent job, I thought, in being so innovative in the way they reintroduced your characters to this whole new generation and in this whole new plot line. I just thought it was very clever the way they did it, and it's been met with great reviews, and now people get to see it, if they haven't had a chance to, on Netflix for a whole new audience, right?
Yeah, it's very, very exciting. This show, this franchise, the Karate Kid universe is blessed in some way. We kind of have caught lightning in the bottle back in the 80s, and now today it's kind of our creators came in with a great angle to come in through the eyes of Johnny Lawrence, character played by William Zabka, and reintroduce this rivalry, but then hand it off to the next generation. So there's a great young cast, a lot of energy, a lot of homage and big hugs to the nostalgia of the original, peppered throughout, Easter eggs throughout, and yet new relevant stories for an audience today. And being on a platform like Netflix is just hopefully starting this Friday, the 28th, will just get it out to the whole world, and we're very, very excited.
Brother, we just saw the crane kick to the face. Now, there's been some debate, and maybe it's actually not a debate at all, that the crane kick is actually an illegal move. Is that right?
Only if you get caught.
Only to get caught, right? It's like pop culture has made this story, and it's really pretty awesome because people are adamant, and the fans go at it over online and in the streets and everywhere else. It's I just think it's not an illegal kick. It's as illegal as the success that it was. It's one of those things. If it keeps the story relevant, then awesome. Like I say in the show, so is the elbow to LaRusso's knee when he was injured. That was pretty illegal as well. At that point, it's the power of suggestion. And but it makes for great storytelling.
Ralph said, "Did I win?
Yeah.
Did I win?
Yeah, as long as I
That's
won,
the end of
as long as you
that's the
rooted for that
discussion.
kid back. Now I have to sort of fight through some of the gray areas of LaRusso's bad temper or his knee-jerk reactions. That's the beauty of what Cobra Kai does so well, is all these characters have flaws, and there is sometimes your allegiance to whether it's Daniel LaRusso, Johnny Lawrence, or any of the teenagers in the show changes week to week based on the prism of which you're looking at, the point of view of that story. And that's really what, when Mario, you said, was clever, that's what they do so very well.
They really do. And another thing I think is great, too, is that it sort of introduced this whole new audience to martial arts if they weren't familiar with it, and so many people now signing up to martial arts, my kids included. It's funny because I actually posted a pic of my son, and we said he looked like a young Daniel LaRusso. I don't know if you can see that
He's
picture.
just a lot more handsome, I would say.
Whoa,
It's actually
he does.
hashtagged. He goes a little mini Daniel LaRusso, right? That's my son Dominic. But yeah, they're in
Dominic was
jiu-jitsu, and
awesome.
it's just
What a blessing, man.
Yeah, oh, thank you, man. It's so great to see all these new kids being introduced to the film and martial arts in general, and you guys have a huge impact on that, so that's great.
Okay,
Fantastic. And some of the young people, they'll back into the original Karate Kid films. Like they'll see the show and then they'll watch the movies with their parents. And you have fathers and sons and mothers and daughters. You really have that sort of 4-quadrant audience, which is what we're so excited about, being on a global platform as big as, with as much of a reach as Netflix has.
Yeah.
So we're excited.
man, I was painting some trim in my house, and I was like, oh, I got this.
That's
Oh,
right.
I
You got to
got-
do it right. You got to
Oh, I
breathe
got
in the nose and out.
Oh, I got that. Pow! Tell me this. You've got a surprise, I hear, something you've held on to for all of these years, and we want to see it.
That's right. I got to keep a couple of things from the original Karate Kid film. One is the 47 Ford convertible, which is in the Cobra Kai show.
Yes.
One is the headband that I wore and the trophy that I won. But one thing I haven't brought out that I took off the set, which was a Miyagi heirloom, which was the original silk embroidered gi of the bonsai tree.
Yeah.
What?
That's
Concept.
dope.
This is legit, like silk embroidered gi. At one point, we were going to, if memory serves me, at one point this was going to be what Miyagi gave Daniel to wear in the tournament, but they wanted Daniel to be very in white, and Johnny Lawrence to be in black. And so then we went with the patch that he sews on the back of his gi. But this one, I just thought,
That's so cool.
Oh, you got to
my
frame
home.
that.
Yeah,
That's
you
awesome.
have to frame
You
it.
got a box frame. That's cool.
So that's
and
the
you
real.
kept the
That's the
Ford.
real deal off the set. I've never shown that. I found it. I knew I had it in the closet, and I took it out and said, "Well, this will be nice to bring out there."
That's awesome,
Anytime
man.
I can
Thanks for
pay
sharing
respect to Miyagi-Do and the great master of young LaRusso, I will do that.
Ralph,
So
we're still
thanks for
We're-
allowing me the opportunity.
Ralph, we're tripping on the fact that you had some mean management even back then. You got to keep the car?
I got to keep the go. Well, it was given to me. Sony Pictures, Columbia Pictures at the time. I asked if I can purchase it, hoping that would resonate up in the executive floor. I said, let's give the kid the car.
Yeah, nice.
Even
Good
though
move.
it's a kid, but
Good
he won't tell
move.
me.
We need him for Karate
But,
Kid, too. Let's give
so
the
at
kid
the
the
end
car.
of my second sequel, it appeared in my house, and then we got it all fixed up for the Cobra Kai show, and you'll see it at the end of season 1, mainly throughout season 2. It makes an appearance, and it is the car from the movie. So
Wow, that's a fun
check that
fact.
out when you tune in.
Man, it's good to see you, brother.
Yes, congratulations, Ralph. Can't wait to check out all the show. Best to the family.
All right.
Thanks for having me.
The first 2 seasons of Cobra Kai hit Netflix on Friday, and season 3 is coming soon.